Welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video we're going to be going over a topic in which MrBeast seemingly cucked Ludwig like pretty bad. I'm not going to sit here and moral flag throughout the whole situation. Trust me, that's not what I'm going to be doing. But this is just a situation that if I was in Ludwig's position, I certainly would have been a little bit frustrated. A lot of you may know that the Buster live show, the first episode ever, dropped yesterday. A lot of you seem to really enjoy that. Be sure to let me know if you guys, how often you guys want to see that. I will take your feedback into consideration. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get on into the video. Now, something a lot of you probably don't know about me is I like normie YouTube. I like watching people like MrBeast. I like watching his react channel mostly. I really like Ludwig. I think the guy is fucking hilarious. Like I said, he's a really normie sort of content creator, but my god, if the guy doesn't make me laugh nearly every single time I watch him. Now, while scrolling through YouTube the other day, I got recommended a video from Ludwig, which I haven't been in quite a while, so I decided I was going to click on it. Now, the video was titled, "This is why you answer text from MrBeast." Now, in this video, Ludwig goes on to explain that MrBeast had texted him to be a part of a video that he was filming, and while on stream, Ludwig was literally texted by MrBeast and was told that if you are down to do this, I will get a private jet to fly out to you and fly you out to me.
Quite the competent commercial airline passenger. I make sure all my liquids are under 3 ounces in their own individual bag. I make sure that all my laptops are pulled out. Get to the airport about, I try to get there maybe an hour before because they start boarding 45 minutes before. I know how things go. I usually go business. Yeah, I usually go business. But for this one, Mr. Bean called me up and he says, "I'm going to get you a private jet, clunk." I've already told my assistant. That was not a joke because I got a text from his assistant like a couple hours later. And his assistant was like, "Hello, here is the flight confirmation. Please show up to this address." Bear in mind that the Friday that I was meant to fly out was April 1st, which had me a little bit nervous, right? Like part of me was thinking the entire time that I would show up to the airport and it would just be a big old prank.
Now, obviously, no matter what position you're in, whether you're in a dirt poor position like myself, or if you're one of the richest fucking Twitch streamers alive like Ludwig, this is a pretty bold claim. This is a pretty bold promise to just say to somebody randomly, "I'm gonna send a private jet your way." Now, one of the parts that I thought was really funny about this is Ludwig was very skeptical of the private jet actually showing up because all of this took place on April 1st. So you guys know what that means. This would be the perfect April Fool's joke. And honestly, I even at that point, I would be a little bit salty, right? But no worries. The private jet did show up.
I actually got a private jet. Holy shit, dude. It was real. It was a real shit. Yeah. Story time plus crop incoming. This was it. This was the private jet that took me to North Carolina.
In the video that Ludwig made about this whole situation, he ended up going on to explain his experience on the private jet.
So she makes me tea and we start talking. We start chit-chatting. She tells me how it's a private jet company and they fly LAX, Miami, and they go all everywhere in between, and she flies like once every day. And then she tells me this is crazy. She says, "Oh yeah. Actually, right before we flew to LA to get you, we dropped off Will Smith." I was like, "What?" She's like, yeah. It was Will Smith and Jada, and that's who we dropped off right before you. I'm like, "No way. There's no fucking way." She's like, "Yeah, check it out." She turns, big old handprint on her face. I'm like, holy shit.
This is where the frustrating parts come in. So this flight that MrBeast had actually arranged for Ludwig left LA at 8:30 in the evening, and it arrived at North Carolina at 3:30 in the morning. It's like a 4-hour flight or something like that, but because of time difference, it arrived at 3:30 in the morning in North Carolina. Ludwig had to be ready the next day by 10:30 in the morning for the shoot. Already bit of a time crunch, you know. Now me, I might have been a little frustrated to start off with this, you know. I'm okay, maybe not so frustrated. I'm getting the chance to work with MrBeast. More on that in a minute. But already it's like, really, we're gonna crunch time like this freaking much? Okay, dude. Now we're gonna completely skip the part where Ludwig does the shoot and everything like that, as it isn't really prevalent to the point of the video. But we'll go ahead and skip to the part where Ludwig has to fly back home. Now Ludwig, after being flown out on a private jet and was basically given no other, instruction, detail, nothing like that, ended up having to fly himself back, which for those of you that don't know, and if you don't know this, you're probably fucking living in a hole in the ground. Commercial flying is fucking expensive.
I was like, you fly private jet here, you fly private jet back. He Pretty Woman'd me, okay? But it wasn't the good ending of Pretty Woman. MrBeast, we had a great time. I thought I did a great job. But after he was done with me, it was back to commercial Carl. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with commercial. Hey, that's all I've ever flown before. I'm not going to become a guy who's only private jet Andy, but the only direct flight that exists from Raleigh to LAX was too late. I'm not going to regale you with the tales because everyone likes to tell you about their shitty travel experience, but it was back to back to back, like 2 connecting flights. Flight started at like 5 a.m., 0 sleep. I finally arrived. It was 11 hours of travel in total. The flight there, walk on, 15 minutes, 4 hours, land, get there. Brutal.
So this is where I would be severely fucking pissed off. No matter how much money I had. Obviously, it's a lot easier for me to say that I would be pissed off being as broke as I am. But bro, even if I had all the fucking money in the world like Ludwig, or, you know, obviously he's not Jeff Bezos or anything like that. But even if I had as much money as Ludwig, I'm pretty sure this would still piss me off. Being given no explanation, no instruction, no detail, expecting a return flight, you know, paid for. Like, you're literally being asked, hey, can you come out here and feature in my video? Already you should be getting paid for that. Ludwig didn't.
What if they cut me? Wait. No, I didn't get paid. Should I have been?
And then he had to fly himself home out of his own pocket. I'm telling you, man, I'd be fucking angry. Like, I would be pissed off. I would not want to work with MrBeast again. I don't give a fuck if the dude has 92 million subscribers. It's not worth it, dude. I'm not gonna get tossed around. Like at the start of the video, Ludwig even says, I feel like a whore when I talk to this guy. And he's like, he's joking. It's obviously just like cracking a joke and stuff like that. But it's like, dude, I don't know. MrBeast has had allegations come out about him in the past about being egotistical and shit like that. And it's like, I'm not saying that they're true. I'm not saying that those allegations are true or anything. But my God, to just throw somebody around state to state like this with no explanation, no instruction, and then have them fly themselves back out of their own pocket, like, that's just a bit of a dick move, objectively speaking. Like, you literally cannot argue that. Now, obviously, Ludwig is far too positive, far too kind of a person to actually, like, be upset about this. But just imagine how he felt waiting for that 11-hour travel period to get from North Carolina to fucking LA, what is supposed to be a 4-hour flight. Like, just imagine. Yeah, he's being nice and positive and outwardly sociable and stuff like that on stream about it. And he's telling a good story about the whole thing. But, like, imagine how angry he was between the 11 hours that it took him to get home from North Carolina. Like, dude, I'd be fucking angry. I would be legitimately angry. There's probably going to be a lot of comments on this video saying stuff like, oh, it's not that serious. It's really not that serious. Okay, if you're saying that, you're probably 14 and you've never missed a ride from your parents ever. Like, your parents have always been on time to pick you up from the fucking swimming pool or some shit like that. Like, I'm telling you, when shit goes sideways like this, it's fucking annoying, man. And if you had even a semblance of an idea of how annoying it is, you're not gonna comment something like that, okay? Anyways, if you guys are new around here, consider subscribing, turning notifications on. If you like the video, be sure to leave a like. And with all that out of the way, I'm out of here. Peace.